All right. Jeff, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Morning.
Okay. Screen. All right, everybody. Showtime. See here. We'll give everyone a couple minutes here. All right. Okay. Okay. Okay, Jeff, I'm going to try sharing my screen. I just want to see. Jeff, can you see my screen, everyone? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, 10:01. Here we go. All right, everyone. I'm glad you're here today. Jeff, we got this recording, right? Yep. Okay, email marketing. Here we go.
Yes. This is being recorded.
Got it. Okay. So, all right. So step one, everyone. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today, we're going to keep it real clear and concise and to the point. There's multiple platforms out there for you guys to. So here's the tech stack we're going to talk about today. HomeBot, where to get the data from, and the tech stack of Service for Life and MailChimp, okay? So the bottom line is you do not have to understand how to work the platform Ignite, where you get data, or Farm Genie AI. All you got to do is go to their website, and if you have a good title rep, they'll help you get the data, right? And the data you're looking for, just to be crystal clear, is you want to be the first agent that's smart enough to get the data in your city, because the post-July era, NAR era is coming, and every single agent is going to be practicing geofarming. And the bottom line is you need to get your hands on as much data as possible. Now, the beauty with HomeBot, right, is, so does anyone have questions on how to get data before we get started on Farm Genie or Ignite? Anyone at all? We've got the chat box here. Go ahead and fire away. And if you do have questions, throw them in the chat, and I will send you to Ray, a good title rep, who's going to connect direct with you and show you how to get it. So HomeBot is a no-brainer, because all we're doing in here is, for example, email marketing is this simple. I wake up, okay, I got a bunch of emails in here, and what I'm first looking for is anything with like a HomeBot update. I already clicked on it, so the email is gone, and it comes here. Let me pull up the chat real quick. Hang on. All right. These are just chat boxes. Hold on, let me read through these real quick. Okay. All right. Keep the chat box down here. Okay. All you're doing in HomeBot is, so for me, a genius thing for you guys to do, if you're Mr. Tustin, for example, what you're going to want to do is...
Hello, this is Lori.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Hi, good, thanks.
All right, Lori, we got your mic on. You want to hit mute? Everyone hit mute.
I've been in meetings I have at least one, and I know there are others that said.
Okay, there we go. She finally paused it. Okay.
I paused it.
Oh, you paused it. Good job, Jeff.
I put her on mute.
Okay. So every day, just to be clear, okay, let's say you're Mr. Tustin, for example. What you're going to want to do in Ignite, right, or Farm Genie AI is get as much email data as possible, right? The first thing Mr. Cypress should do is get all the data on the absentee homeowners in Cypress. There's a lot of people that own homes in your city that live out of state, and no one's consistently hitting them, right? But if Mr. Cypress or Mr. Tustin hits them as Mauricio, or Tyler Worth, they're going to perceive you as a salesperson just trying to prospect them, right? But when you get the data, remember, HomeBot, their domain is authenticated, and all you got to do is download a CSV file. Write this down. It's a .csv file with all your spheres and past clients, okay? You're going to name it Tyler Worth as your first name, last name, business name, Mr. Cypress Real Estate, okay? So then your spheres and past clients are going to see it's Tyler Worth, and you're using your business name, you know, Mr. Cypress Real Estate. You might have a few hundred contacts there, and that's where all the agents stop, right? Then if you go to Ignite or Farm Genie and you get all the email data you can get in your city, it might show, you know, 40,000 homes in your city, but they may only be able to get 5,000 contacts. You just email it to HomeBot and you're done. And they literally have a server with an authenticated domain that slowly starts sending it out in batches, right? Now just think about it. If you're I had a meeting with Mr. Irvine yesterday. He followed these steps and he just got a listing appointment, right? So if Mr. Tustin wants to be a big dog and start cracking into the owners of fourplexes, duplexes, commercial real estate, usually 90% of the time, the owners of the, you know, the commercial real estate or apartment buildings have property in Tustin or Cypress or Fresno, but they live somewhere else. And so if they just all of a sudden get an email from Mr. Fresno taking the time to update them on a home value, they're not going to unsubscribe because they don't perceive you as a salesy realtor or a salesperson trying to hound them. It's, hey, it's Mr. Fresno, the local influencer and public authority here, giving you guys reliable information so you could track the value on your investment property, know what the current rental rates are, right? What's your cash out refi, and you're done. Does that make sense? So really all you're doing, it's a no-brainer, is plugging it in, because with your past clients, you got to stay top of mind. So if you sold someone a house, plug them in, and it's perfect because now Mr. Cypress is hitting them with their monthly updates on what their home value is, right? So it's top of mind awareness. And then all you do is wait for the email to come, and you just kind of scroll down your activity feed. And today it's like, okay, active homeowners, right? But with HomeBot, when I get the email and I click on it, then I know I'm following up with these people today. I'm going to go hit these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to have here's my next 11 listing leads. And I'm going to go to them in person today, give them a notepad or magazine, write this down, knock on their door, hand them something, a flyer, a notepad, a business card, a magazine, wear your swag, right? So when you're going to the door, you want to be casual, right? And you want them to basically perceive you as a casual stop by and, hey, you know, it's Mr. Claire. We knock on the door, you know, they open, I hand them a notepad and a magazine. Hey, it's Mr. Claremont. You know, the network notified me you're really enjoying, you know, the market updates I'm sending you. By the way, I provide, you know, Claremont homeowners free, no obligation coaching consultations so you can know the value of your home and the cash out refinance if that's something you were thinking about doing. Were you by chance thinking of relocating or refinancing? And then step back and see what they say. And that's it. That's all you're doing. And if they're not selling, then say, hey, are you enjoying the market updates? Hey, by the way, this is what I did yesterday. I'm like, you know, I'm pretty sure I'm sending it to your Gmail account, right? And then pause. They're not selling. So now I'm going in the mindset, billboard or review. And if they go, oh, no, I've got a Yahoo account, well, then you can't get a review. But if they say, oh, yeah, I'm getting it straight to my Gmail account, like, that's awesome. You know, I work really hard, you know, to set those up every month for you. By the way, do you mind supporting my business? And then I pull out my phone at the door and be like, since you love those, you know, appraisals and home valuations on, you know, tracking your home value for you monthly, would you mind just leaving me a quick 5-star review? Literally pull out your iPhone, hit the airdrop, and just airdrop them. Like, just click 5 stars and what do you like about me, sir? Make it fun. But like, do you think that my hair looks good today? Let's just talk about it. Write something, get a review. And if the conversation goes really well, then go for the We Heart Mr. Cypress sign and jam in the yard and you're off to the next, right? Because all these addresses right here on the screen, they're what? They're geographically close. And when do you hit these addresses in the follow-up? You know, hey, summertime, daylight savings, they're home from 4 to 7:30. If you go in that time frame, 100% for sure they're home. They might bitch at you if you go during dinner time, that's fine. But then guess what? All you have to do is spend 1 hour on a Saturday or Sunday, and you can hit them all in one shot, right? And so 3 of them that I followed up with was like, 2 of them were mansions, 2 million plus. And one of them, this guy's remodeling his home. It's by the freeway, worth $1 million. He goes, yep, we're for sure selling. And gave him the notepad and magazine. And I got his cell phone number. And then from there, I'm really reeling it in for the listing appointment, right? So just remember, that's all you're doing with HomeBot. That's how you leverage it. Now, does anyone have any questions before we move on? Now's your time to ask.
So basically, the HomeBot is kind of like a standalone system for just plugging that in, and then you just can leave it and forget it, correct?
That's it. You're just getting data, and it's important the data you're plugging in. Everyone in your spheres, past clients, and play around with HomeBot or Ignite like you did with DeVray, and get every homeowner in Fresno's email address and plug it in. It's cheap. Like, to store thousands of contacts, it's like $75 a month. It's nothing, right? You remember, everything you invest in print and email marketing is what? A write-off, and you own and control that audience. That's why I believe in this, right? Get all the, the email addresses for every single person in Fresno, Tustin, or Cypress that owns 2 to 4 units or commercial real estate, and plug them into the system.
So I got a list, and I told her, I specifically wanted emails. Some of the list doesn't have emails. Can I just use that and put that list in there, but it doesn't have the email? Does it get rid of it, or do I have to remove those?
No, it does it all for you.
So I don't have to worry about those taking up my, let's say, my 5,000, the ones that don't have emails.
Right. They automatically HomeBot automatically sends for you. The domain's authenticated. They send it out in batches so they don't get perceived as spam because it's on their server. And if they're not consistently opening the emails, they just filter them out and get rid of them.
Okay.
So all you're doing is just literally setting it up one time and just getting very strategic and thinking about what data you want to plug in. And it's not rocket science. It's just all the emails of homeowners or apartment or commercial real estate in your city, and plug them in. And then when you come to your activity feed over here, if they're doing anything, those are leads. Follow up with them. Send them an email, call, text. But you got to get them on the phone and have a conversation, because we're in the business of what? Locating the address of a homeowner thinking of selling, right? By asking them questions and gauging their level of engagement right here and reaching out direct to them. That's all you're doing.
Anthony,
Go.
so I uploaded about 2,300 contacts, and I had HomeBot to add that bulk, and then I just received an email indicating that it could not be imported because it is a purchased list with no email opt-ins. So what do I do?
So when they ask, again,
Yeah.
it's just, I click the whole, it's a variety from open houses.
Yeah.
Some more, I clicked all the options, and they just,
I think I was being too honest. They automatically declined it because it was a purchase list.
right. So when you send it, you first start out and try it again with your spheres and past clients, right? And then
I already have all those in there.
Okay. Well, then
So this is the new one.
Right. So when it comes to email marketing, they want to avoid spam, right? So
Right.
what you got to do is just, there's ways to do it, but you got to select, it's a variety mix of everything, and just give it another shot and just send it in. And there's some other person working behind that'll just upload it. And trust me, if they don't want to subscribe, they'll click unsubscribe, right? So I would
you think,
try it
sorry,
again.
Do you think I should just do like 500 at a time versus doing so many at a time?
Yeah, just break it up
Okay.
and just say it's from a variety, and and that's all you could do.
Okay.
Yeah, just kind of ease it, kind of like the Google reviews, right? Like you request for your profile to, look at it. Why aren't they sticking? You might have to ask like a few different times until you get to the right person that just presses the magic button, and then all your reviews appear and you're good, right? Same thing.
Mhm.
It's like a video game. You just got to keep playing with it. And just use the common sense approach, like, just keep feeding the machine a little at a time.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Great question. And that's what's going to lead us into the next segment. And that is, when it comes to, all the basics of email marketing, what you're looking for. But here's something interesting I have learned in HomeBot. Okay. And that, like, look at this email, right? See, this is what it comes down to, Miss Mission VO, like April 1st. Okay. And that was, just a little bit ago, but it drove 83 client activities, right? And then they say, okay, these two are super motivated to sell, right? But this activity list with, where it says there's this big number 83, that's what I'm after, because when they send that email, then you got to click on it, right? See if it logs in. And again, these are strangers, people I've never met or know. And then what I'm scrolling down is just looking in this activity feed. And out of the 83 most active, they line them up in order. But that was an older email from April. I've had several come, they send them these to me every week. And then all I'm doing is clicking on them and writing down the address.
I'm in a class. I can't help you.
Okay. So with that being said, this is what it'll look like when you get the data in there. So all I can tell you, Ellen, is do your best and keep just throwing it at the machine until it sticks. Okay. Okay. Any other questions on that with HomeBot? Anyone at all? Okay, great. Now, here's the tech stack right here. Okay, this is what Service for Life looks like. Everyone log in. Does everyone have a Service for Life account?
No.
Okay, you should try it. And if you have some sort of newsletter, okay, so the last Zoom we talked about why it's important, but think about it, it's common sense, right? Because, for example, so it's like, okay, I'm developing an audience over here in HomeBot where I've got right now in my clients, there's 4,000 homeowners that are subscribed getting my stuff. 4,000, right? And I could go through here and then just look at, all their activity and whatever and play with it. I took, the most active homeowners out of here, and then I just slid them into here, okay? But here's how simple it is. The reason why I like this platform is because if you can't, all real estate marketing is a numbers game and consistency, right? So what you need is a myserviceforlife.com account, and you need a MailChimp account. Okay. Is anyone here on this call logged into their Service for Life account right now?
I'm getting logged on.
Log on, George. And everyone else, you're just going to watch. You'll get this recording sent to you, via Zoom, and you'll be good to go. Okay. So when it comes to email marketing, this is how simple it is. Literally, this is all you have to do. And if you could do this one time per month, it'll pay off huge. Okay. I also have guys in the network that can manage all this for you if you can't do it. And they charge $150 to manage your email marketing per territory, which is
Hello.
We are done with Terrans.
Yay. How was it?
Jeff. Go ahead and meet those accounts.
You want the honest truth?
Okay. All right. So you log in. George, you logged in?
I'm trying.
Yeah, take your
I
time.
ended up buying the whole year because it was a lot cheaper to buy the whole year than to just do it monthly.
And it's a great system because this too, everyone, you need to add your spheres and past clients. Because why? It gives a 4-page newsletter, right? It's easy to change and edit it. And then it syndicates to, email marketing systems like Constant Contact. But in this case, we're using MailChimp. And it's so easy to do because you only have to do it once a month and it does everything for you. And it makes you look really good because your clients, your past clients, and your offense where you're hitting your geofarm is obviously under the same impression as HomeBot. Like, you're writing this newsletter, which you are, you're putting it together and sending it to them, but they feel it's like a personal touch to them in their city. And it's just a whole other way to stay top of mind with them and deliver more value. Okay. So as George logs in here, okay.
It had me like verify the email for some reason. Okay, I'm in. Yeah.
Okay. So what you have here is a home screen. Okay. Now, every single month, they give you 3 documents right here. April, May, and June, and then they delete and move on to the next. Now, so what I do, George, are you in?
Yep.
Okay. Let's go ahead and click on June. Okay. Now, everyone, what I want to be crystal clear on as well is download the MailChimp app. So MailChimp has an app. So step number 1, if you're going to do email marketing and not use someone else's server and system, you have to have an authenticated domain. So write this down. Step 1, you cannot do this from a Gmail, AOL, Yahoo, a free domain provider. And if you need one, we could launch one for you. It could be like Evelyn at designatedlocalexpert.com, or if you have your own website like Mr. Fresno, you could basically through GoDaddy create an email account, and it'll cost $6 a month to have a special email where it could be George at MrFresnoRealestate.com, right? Or whatever you want. And if you want, the DLE team, you just get into contact with Kamal. She'll create an authenticated domain. And whatever the charge is to do that, to have that email, we just charge you exactly what it is that costs. Some of them are $7 a month, $10 a month. It kind of ranges, and we could do it for you. Okay. Or you could do it yourself. So authenticated domain is the most important thing. Okay. Now, that's like driving a car without a license plate. If you don't have an authenticated domain, it will not hit their inbox, and it'll go in the spam folder 100% of the time. Okay? Everyone clear on that?
But if you use MailChimp, you don't have to?
No, you have to.
Or you have to?
Yep.
Can we use Constant Contact?
Yes. This integrates with Constant Contact and MailChimp. Great question. And I'm going to show you that in a second. Okay. So let's hit it back. So here's I'm sorry, go ahead. Okay. So what it does is it gives you this pre-populated newsletter, right? And this is what it looks like. There's like a cover page, and then it's a quick 4-pager. Page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4. Okay. Now, the first thing I do is I click use this template. What's the template name? Don't overcomplicate it, folks. You're going to type in the Claremont, your city name bulletin, June, whoops. June. You could put June 2024, but I'm going to launch the June one early here in May. Who cares? So I'm just going to put the Claremont Bulletin. Done. Save this in my files. Who's the trivia prize winner this month? Evelyn T. Oh, no, I'm sorry. What is your trivia prize winner? So I'm going to cut, and I'm going to put Evelyn 1, and I'm going to put movie tickets. Okay?
Was that a document or a template? I'm sorry, you went fast tonight.
You click use this template. You trying to figure out how I got here, George?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. We'll go back. It's really easy. So you click on June. For for you can click on May, because if you haven't done the May one, that's fine. And then you click top right corner, use this template. Okay. Document name, the Claremont Bulletin. And I'm sorry, George, everyone write this down. So step 1, get an authenticated domain. The web develop email Kamal, the web development team, web dev at designated local expert. They'll authenticate it. Number 2, download the MailChimp or Constant Contact app. Okay, you got to download the app from the iOS store. Okay, save it in your files. What is your trivia prize winner this month? Movie tickets. This is all we're doing is 2 steps, folks. We're literally filling this 5 questions out and then changing the colors, and that's it. Okay, it's not rocket science. Who is this month's trivia prize winner? Evelyn T. Who am I recognizing this month? Jason Lorge. Hit save. That's it. Now, here's what's happening. It's creating the newsletter. It's entering in the information. Okay. Now, so here's the newsletter, okay? Now, here's what I do, okay? Step 1, authenticate domain. Step 2, download MailChimp app. Step 3, write this down. Step 3 is click use this template and fill out the 5 questions, right? Step 4, I just right off the bat hit publish, because the newsletter is different versus email versus printing it. Now, guess what, guys? You could send this to the print company and have them print some 4-page newsletter for you. If you can't afford to do the bulletin, you could afford maybe a little 4-pager. Good. Wrap it around the notepad. Shell it out. I don't care. Now, then you click email. Then you click preview email. You see how it opens a new tab. Now, I could go back and forth. This is how the email is going to get sent. You could have your own picture. It says Anthony Grinchall, but we're going to change this to the Claremont Bulletin, right? But now I can see what the newsletter is going to look like when it gets sent out via email on desktop, iPhone, and iPad. Now, I go back. Step 5. You're going to click unpublish. That's step number 5. Now, okay. Now we're back here at the home page. So what am I doing now? Oh, look. Okay, let's see what it's going to look like. It's going to say service for life, dear friend, in this whole section. Okay. Well, let's add a little color. Okay. Dear friend. So what you do, these little blue things, you got to click on it. Click edit. All I do is highlight, and you see this right here, text color. I go ahead and hit green. Everywhere it's bold, all I am doing, move this up, and then I click save. I'm just adding color. Then you hit X. Then you hit here. Then you hit edit. And if it comes up white like this, it's just a glitch. Do it again. Don't panic. You got to hit it twice. And voila, it's there. Dear friend, right? Now remember, these people, they don't know me, but they know Mr. Claremont. They don't perceive me as a salesy realtor. This is now perceived as a community newsletter. It might be coming from the city. Might be from some publication called the Claremont Bulletin that's been around for a while. Okay? Now what you do is I say, dear neighbors, because I'm one of them. Dear neighbors, that sounds good. Okay. And then what am I going to do? Text color, you hit green, and now it's saved. Service for life. Let's go ahead and try in today's Claremont Bulletin. Free, and I might put Claremont right here. Why not? Claremont Consumer Newsletter. Then it's black and bold. So what am I doing? I'm turning it green. Okay. You guys with me on that? Then you just hit save. Then magically, poof, it just appears right here. It's in the colors I like. You see? Now down here, same thing. Now, pay attention, everyone. Up, it went white, so you got to hit it again. Okay? Edit. Now, this is a great section, and the reason why is because you can edit all this. So all I'm going to do is just make all of this. I might do this type of green. Great. The little PS, let's go ahead and put that in this green. Now, right here, call to action number 1, 7 secrets for saving thousands when financing your home. Let's go ahead and put that in color. To request a copy, call me at this number. Okay, but remember, it's an email. So you can put it, then I hit space, or, now listen, everybody, listen closely. You watching, Mr. Fresno? You with me?
Yeah.
Okay. You open up another tab. Now, everyone needs to have a landing page. We're in the business of eliciting a response from a homeowner thinking of selling. Mine is a domain I've cloaked. But guess what? You don't even need to have a domain anymore, right? Think about it. Watch. So mine, I like Cloud CMA. It's free. It does the job. And it's a simple landing page. What's my home worth? They enter in their home address, right? Their name, their email, and they get an instant CMA sent to them that gives them a range, and I get the lead. So whatever your landing page is, go ahead and copy the URL, right? And right here, you know they're not going to call you. Maybe they will. And if they do, they got the option. But then I always put this, or instantly download a copy by visiting. I can make up a domain. It doesn't have to be homevalueclaremont.com. It really doesn't, because you see this button right here, insert a link, by visiting confidential homevalueclaremont.com. It's clearly not a .com, but it gives the person who's seeing the newsletter, they understand if they click on it, it's a website. Then you just click this button in the same URL right here. I hit paste and I hit OK. And now it's there, but it's a clickable link. Then you highlight it. And because it's the call to action, make it big, font size 18, and choose a color and hit save. Bam, now it's right here. People like words like confidential, no obligation, whatever. But you can make it like this, right? Or I could even hit underline. So then they understand, look, it's underlined. That's a call to action. People can see that and know. But guess what? You don't have to own the domain confidentialhomevalueclaremont.com. It's there. Make sense? This is the most important part. We are in the business of asking people that own homes in your territory questions that are designed to get them to respond and give you their home address, so then you can go follow up in person and put on your detective hat and figure out what's going on. Is everyone clear? Does anyone have any questions on it? There's no questions because it's so simple. You just need to see it through. You guys still with me, right? Okay. Then you hit save, and then you X out the box. Done. Now you scroll down. Look at, there's a little picture of me. Great. Then what am I doing? I'm coming in here. It's white. We do it again. Edit. Watch this. Okay. And then right here at the end, put your city name right here, Claremont Living, right? The Claremont Bulletin. Well, let's go ahead and make that massive. And let's go ahead and stay consistent with my colors. So I'm going to do like a teal green. And then for the tagline, it'll be a light green. Boom. Look at that. Nice. You see how I did that? Now, I got to go back up here now. And remember, because I clicked publish, this is the one I'm working on. The black and white one shows me what it's sending out. So I know it says, dear friend, and all this. We've edited this. Brain teaser and make yourself at home. Now, make yourself at home. I know this is going to be in the email newsletter, a little different than the print. So I'm going to go ahead and click edit. Wife there. Okay. Make yourself at home. Now it's really easy. All you're doing is making it green. Make sense? Scroll down. You don't need a call to action here. Okay. Then I'm coming back over here. And now I'm going back and forth. Make yourself a brain teaser. I shake hands with many different people. Okay, let's find the brain teaser. They're usually over here on the side. Right here it is. They're including this in the newsletter via email. So I'm going to go ahead and edit it. And people, believe it or not, respond to the brain teasers. And they always ask for the movie tickets. It's quite shocking how many of these baby boomer homeowners look forward to and actually read this entire newsletter. You'd be surprised. Like, they respond, they call you, they ask questions. It's like they actually do interact, right? Okay. Now I go next. Here's the next call to action. Warning before you sell your home. Okay, great. Let's go back over here. Let's go back. Well, here it is, folks. So I'm going to go ahead and click edit. For some reason, you just got to do it twice. And here's your call to action. I'm just going to stay consistent with my how to avoid 7 costly mistakes when selling your home. In this one, I'm not even going to put my cell phone. I'm going to put home value Claremont. Whoops. .com. Done. Then I go here, color, insert the link. There goes the link. Okay. It rechanges to purple, but I want it to be bold. I want it to be green, and I want it to be big. You can get a free copy by visiting Now look at that. That's beautiful, right? That's a clickable link. It's another call to action. So if they're thinking of selling and they're getting the Claremont Bulletin consistently, and Mr. Claremont's just a local guide here just dropping knowledge, they're probably going to click on it. And then I'll get the lead sent, right? Then we go back up here. Build a better business plan. You see the content, it's more indirect. It's not just real estate. It's not too long, it's not too short, and it gives quick, fun reads with knowledgeable facts, right? And best of all, they think it's coming from you. Then you come in here. Now, all I'm doing in here is what? It's everywhere it's bold. Don't overthink it. You can go ahead and change your colors. Now, while I'm doing this, does anyone have questions? Miss Mission Viejo, any questions? Mr. Fresno?
No, I think it's just going to take a little bit to, once you get it down, I mean, I'm sure then it'll become much more easier. You know exactly where to put the things.
Once
Hey,
you
Anthony,
get it out, yeah, you can crank these out in 10 minutes.
I got a question, Anthony.
Go.
Hey, so the one that you're looking at right now, that all that stuff could not be on the one that's going to be published. This is just the idea. So you got to find what's titled in the one that's going to be published.
Yeah, so there's a print version and there's an
Okay.
email version, right? Like you can send this to a printer and they exactly see the newsletter here, but in the email marketing world, they have to
Shorter?
take out they have to make it shorter. It's got to be condensed in a certain way. They have to take out some pictures so it'll hit the inbox.
Okay, got it.
So
you
they
just gotta
got
look
that
for
part
whatever.
figured.
Okay, thank you.
Oh yeah, no, great question. And Yeah, but you could also, again, like, look at this. Like, this could be the Cypress Bulletin, a 4-page newsletter. Call David at Layton Printing, and you know what these are gold for? You know what a lot of people, members, including myself, used to do? You guys listening? Get a quote. Like, how much is it to print out, 5,000 of these? And the notepads, believe it or not, the little, the mini notepads, the 3.5 by 8.5, a 4-page newsletter just slides it. It fits like a glove. It's perfect. Literally, right? You can slide the newsletter around the notepad and just tab it or throw a rubber band. And it's like easy to carry and distribute. You see what I mean? Something to think about. Okay. Now, but yeah, when you go up here to hit publish, right, there's a print and email version, and we're going to get to that. But for right now, we hit publish, and we're looking at what does it look like in an email. Now, this is where you guys can get creative. You see this big box, this whole thank you, and we're, recognizing a client. This is an opportunity where if you are, truly being Mr. Cypress, or if you really are Mr. Fresno, okay? Let's say that's you, okay? You can just delete all this content and put any call to action you want, right? You could put something like a picture of the city of Cypress. Like, for example, you could insert an image, right? And let's say, I don't know, it's a picture of this house, okay? You could do stuff like that, insert a picture, you could resize it, you could do whatever you want. But the point in this section here that I'm saying is you could have a call to action where it ties in with your lifestyle brand. So if Mr. Cypress has 40 of his billboards up with the homeowners, the We Heart Mr. Cypress signs up, and he goes, let's say, to all the local businesses, and he just puts a link right here. And it can say, to access, you could literally have, this is what you do if you want to get fancy. And if you don't have the time, don't do it, right? But this is an opportunity to get the calendar of the city for the year, or any businesses that are left you a 5-star video review and are rocking your billboard and have your magazines or notepads and they're advertising you, and you want to advertise them for free. This is where you do it, this thank you box. And you can say something to access all of the, most exclusive discounts for the top bars and restaurants in Fresno or Cypress. Click this link, and it could lead to your landing page. And then you could have Kamal drop a blog, right? Because when you do a blog, you get a URL link, okay? And that could be the calendar, the calendar of the year, or that could be a blog post that you write that has a landing page to access all the coupons in the local restaurants. Make sense? So you could use this and leverage it for that, or not do it at all. It's up to you. Does anyone have any questions on it? Because this is where I'm telling you, when you have the app downloaded, okay, what you could do is click on your MailChimp app and go to the business, show them your audience of thousands of Claremont homeowners, subscribe to the newsletter, and say, hey, I just want, you support me, I'll support you. I want my We Heart Mr. Claremont sign. And, do you have a website blog, right? Ask the restaurant, do you guys have a blog or a coupon or something that I could, offer to promote your business, right? And maybe, now thinking about it, let's have a little brainstorm sesh. You still awake, Mr. Fresno? You there? Let's talk about it for a second. What if Mr. Cypress or Mr. Fresno, let's say you chose 3 bars that you love, and on Mr. Fresno or Mr. Cypress's Google business profile, let's say you did an update. You click on your Google business profile and you drop an update. It's a picture of the business, right? And it's the coupon, because you could put on there add offer. So let's say you add an offer and you have you click on it and you add a photo of the business. The offer title is, Cypress Pizza Shop, and you're offering a title and a coupon and everything, and you hit publish and post. You can then get the Google Business Profile link that's offering this coupon and paste the link right in here. Does that make sense what I'm saying, everyone? Did you guys hear me on that?
Mhm.
Because think about it. If, let's say I scrolled over here, right? And I just opened a new tab, okay? And I just Googled Mr. Claremont. Boom, okay? Let it pull up. Okay, let's click on my profile. Hang on, that's performance. So it pulls up this, okay. Updates. You see this section right here. Let's say, look at this. Look at this. It's genius. Okay, let's say this was a restaurant. It's an update, okay? When you click here, this is the link to this update. You see what I mean? And when you do it from an iPhone, I'm just doing it from desktop. But okay, here it is. You see this link? Let's go ahead and click copy. Let's say this was a post, Mr. Fresno or Mr. Cypress, these public figures, these local influencers had a picture of the restaurant. And if you're practicing what I'm telling you and you literally left them a 5-star review and you did an interview, remember, what do you love about, Fresno? What do you want to offer out to the people and how long you've been in business? And you left the 5-star video review for them and they left it for you and they've got the We Heart Mr. Fresno sign in the Fresno Pizza Shop. You could still post that video of you or a picture of their business here and make this the coupon. Then hit copy this link, okay? Go ahead and hit copy. And guess what? To access, Claremont's most exclusive restaurants and bar discounts and coupons, please visit these links below and take a screenshot of your iPhone and show the local business owner you are a subscriber of the Claremont Bulletin. Then guess what? I'm going to put that Google Business Profile. Okay, so here's the other trick. You guys got to pay attention. It's weird. Like when you hit this and you right click to hit paste, I think it's like, hang on. I think it's Command Shift P. When you're inserting, okay, insert link. Okay, you got to do it here. Okay, you guys see that? How I inserted a link?
Mhm.
Text to display. You can't just copy and paste in this platform. You have to click the insert link button, put the Google Business Post button there, and then type in, let's say this was a restaurant. Let's say this was a bar. And then I'll just put on Bardo Italian cuisine exclusive discount, whatever. Okay, there it is. Wow. Did you guys see that? Does that get you
Wow.
excited, Mr. Fresno? Mr. Cypress, you like that?
Yeah. Yeah, I love that.
I'm just making this up as I go with you. Okay? I'm just giving birth to this because now what? If they click on it, your Google Business Profile is getting clicks. That's link juice, baby. And we're all interconnected and we're all going to rise together. Okay? But then now you're truly an influencer and it's not that hard to do. Because if they click on this now, so you hit save, you make it pretty with the colors, whatever, and you make this a clickable link and they click it, look at this, bam, woo!
That's awesome.
Who else thinks this is awesome?
That's crazy cool.
Who else thinks it's awesome? I need to hear one other.
I love it. Question on the MailChimp. I know this is a step back, but since nobody's answering right now, do you have to put, when you're setting that up, do you put your name like as Mr. Fresno, or do you put in your regular name?
That's next. Just wait.
Oh, okay.
We're going to get there. Short answer is always your first name, last name's George Osborne, business name, Mr. Fresno Real Estate. Stay consistent. Now, this right here, what we just brainstormed together as a group is extremely powerful. Because now you're offering value. You're getting reviews, you're getting link juice, and you're getting billboards up. And you could show a local business, this is what you're promoting. And this section right here is massive, and you could put so many Google links, like this restaurant, click here, and just the call to actions, just have them do a screenshot and bring it in. You guys with me? But if you're like the rest of us and you don't have time to play around with it like this, which you will be able to do, this is power. This is how you get leverage and power to get billboards up in every restaurant downtown. If you could show them, because when you add yourself to your newsletter and you could show them a newsletter and actually click on it and show, hey, you know, I'm going to put a link here. I'm interviewing your business. There's going to be a Google business product update because I'm Mr. Cypress, the local influencer. It's going to be my video interview of your restaurant and the coupons that we're offering out. Then I'm going to take that link, hit copy, put it in the newsletter, and fire it off. Make sense? That's called complete vertical integration. That's called dominating and owning your city and geofarm. It's called leverage. Does anyone have any questions on that? Okay. So, okay, and I think I lost my page here. Whoops. Okay. So with that being said, you know, I think I just accidentally X'd out. But okay, here's the most updated version. Okay. Now, do you see how much better this newsletter looks with all the colors, the call to actions, their clickable links?
Looks clean.
Clean, right? You could come up, here's the Bardot Italian cuisine. You click here, boom. Here it is. Here's the restaurant coupons and all the fun stuff, right? Because look at the updates. They could keep scrolling. So you could post 20 coupon updates and just save these links and always use those links. You guys see that? I'm showing only home sold, but if you want to dive deeper, do Google business profile posts that are meta infused and be a local influencer and just always relate it to real estate, right? And you could always reference back to these Google posts. You could do photos, videos, and truly have it as a lifestyle brand. Why would they ever unsubscribe when Mr. Tustin's giving them clickable links to get access to, I don't know, maybe one of your Google business profile posts is the calendar of the year for the city. Do you want to access the Tustin 2024 city calendar? Copy on the city and post it on your profile, throw it into Chat GDP and do a post.
Yeah, you know, this city, just like most cities, having events constantly. Like next month, they have like the annual chili cook-off and stuff like that. Anything that you can promote for the city, I think people will find a lot of value.
Of course. And then you want to position yourself as an influencer, right? And then when you're talking to homeowners, right? So that's how you talk to businesses to get, you know, think about it. If you had just 20 businesses partake and there was 20 We Heart Mr. Tustin real estate signs, you got 20 local video reviews from them, and you're supporting each other and backlinking to each other, what do you think is going to happen? Because when I'm on a listing appointment and I show the audience of thousands of Claremont homeowners, and I'm the editor of the Claremont Bulletin, and you could feature their home as coming soon. Now let's talk about it. Let's say I'm selling this home and it's coming soon. What you say is, look, you create a Google Business Profile post, you click this link, and same thing, you come back to, you know, your, let's get to it, you know, Service for Life platform, and maybe in the real estate section, and I might have to re-log in here. I think so. I'm going to re-log in. Hang on. You guys see where I'm going with this, right? So let me type it in real quick. Okay, so here's the newsletter. Now, I'm not going to fully complete this one yet, because what I'm probably going to do is right here in this big square section is put, you know, click here to get exclusive access to, you know, Mr. Claremont's next upcoming listing. Or in the real estate section, right? You could put another, you could drop Google Business Profile links, landing page call to actions, and say, this home is coming soon, right? Real estate corner, I might just delete, you know, this part down here. 8 secrets of saving thousands when finding or buying or refinancing your home. I'd keep that call to action, but you might want to add in this section, the big movie ticket section. It's a big gray box, and you can say, click here to access, you know, this beautiful 2-story pool, North Claremont pool home coming soon, and start pre-marketing your client's home. So when I'm on a listing pitch, I could then say, hey, look, I want to let my massive audience through the Claremont Bulletin know your home is coming soon, because a lot of friends and family members live in the city and they want them to live here. And I have a massive audience that I'm going to start pre-marketing as coming soon to. You tie it in here with, if you're doing the short code system, with obviously your email audience and all the buyers you collected, and you want to let them know it's coming soon to create the bidding war. Does that make sense? So is everyone clear how easy it is to tie in the call to actions? Okay. Now, when you're done, all you do is scroll up to the top and hit publish. Okay. Then you click email. You could click preview email again and see if you're missing anything. But I have it connected to MailChimp, so I hit send with MailChimp. Campaign name, Claremont Bulletin. Oops. Since I'm not going to launch this one, I'll just put some money signs next to it, okay? Email list. It knows Mr. Claremont, okay? I have other DLE stuff in there. Subject line. What's the subject line? Anyone got any good ideas?
Is that where you put this month's bulletin or the month?
The Claremont Bulletin, June 2024. Preview text for happy, healthy, wealthy Claremont living. Well, now I'm doing it in June. I probably want this to go out June 1st. Okay, sounds good. Okay, times. Now, Email open rates. Write this down, everyone. You ready? Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 o'clock is the best time to send an email. You don't need all this AI and fancy stuff. Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 o'clock.
Is that AM or PM?
AM.
Okay.
So you click here, 8 o'clock, whatever, done. Now I click save. Woo! Look at that little wheel going. Yeah, hang tight. Cogs are turning. We're getting your, now it goes, your email was scheduled. Then what? Okay. MailChimp's a pain. It makes you log in every time. You go over to your other browser on MailChimp. Send me the SMS code. It just sent me the SMS code, and you got your iPhone 9438666. Log in. Now I'm in. Now, here it is. Look at it. There it is, everybody. You see that? Bam, it's there. You see that magic? You see that, Mr. Cypress? Now,
Yes.
you click on it. And there it is. Woo!
So
Oh,
that
my
one
phone called
page, that first page that says you have to delete it, you don't have to delete it.
No. So I'm going to click home. All campaigns. Mr. Claremont. It was sending. Let me go ahead and pause that. Okay. Now, it was sending the email, but I hit pause. Now, this is where you go to the next main screen. Everyone take a deep breath. Does anyone have any questions on how we arrived here? Now's your time to ask. Great. Over here on the right, I could just eyeball it and look. Dear neighbors, this is what it's going to look like. You see? This is what an iPhone looks like. You could preview it in multiple different versions. Send yourself a test email. Send a test. There's my email. Send test. Then you can see, hey, how does it look when I get the email? Because that's how it's going to look for them. Just send yourself one test email, and if it flows and looks great, you're done. Now, I only have 1,600, but that's actually a big number. These are 1,600 Claremont homeowners getting my HomeBot emails, and I'm going to add more to this list. Okay. From, edit from. Now look, this is my authenticated domain, Anthony at designated local expert. But the from is the Claremont Bulletin. It doesn't matter if it's George at designated local expert or Mr. Fresno at designated local expert or whatever. You just need a .com because you could always make the email coming from whatever you want, right? And it's coming from the Claremont Bulletin. Here's the subject. Here's the send time. Edit send time. Schedule a time or send now, right? Not a big deal. Okay, save. Tuesdays or Thursdays at 8 o'clock is when you send, okay? Now, here's where you can click edit content. And this is what code looks like on the left and right. But you don't have to do all the coding because guess what? We just did it in the Service for Life template. And you're done. Does that make sense? So if you want to geek out and get fancy into code, that's what it looks like. But who gives it? You don't need to know about any of that.
So do you have to, you click it, do you have to adjust that, or can you set it up so it always sends on a Tuesday or Thursday at that time?
You got to set it up. Send time right here. Edit send time. Don't overthink it. Just send it. Because guess what happens when you download the app? When you send the email, your iPhone will get those notifications and it pulls up all these, things going on, right? It will literally say, hey, we sent your email campaign today, Tuesday, out of 2,000 owners, 1,000 of them open, and it gives you a beautiful option. It says, tap and hold this button on your iPhone to resend to the non-openers. And it allows you to do that once, and they'll resend the same newsletter to everyone that didn't open it. Done. Now, you want to see where this gets even more fun? Does that make sense, Mr. Fresno?
Yeah, I just wanted to know, because when we transferred over, you had to hit pause. If we don't do that quick, will it just arbitrarily send it?
Oh,
at
no.
one time, like,
When it asks you over here in Service for Life, when you click email right here,
yeah.
okay, and send with MailChimp, I put in a scheduled time. Just don't click anything here and you're fine.
Okay.
Don't click anything. Just send it over there. But I was showing you can schedule a send from here, but just do it from MailChimp.
Okay.
I'm sorry for confusing you. Okay? So here's the other beauty of it, Mr. Fresno.
Thanks for asking that, George.
Yeah, thank you for asking. Yes. Mr. Fresno's Facebook and Twitter and Instagram is what? It's NAP consistent with Mr. Fresno, and it's also what? It's directly connected to Mr. Fresno's Google Business Profile, meaning if Mr. Fresno posts on his Facebook, it also posts on his Mr. Fresno Google Business Profile feed. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, it gives you those options. You guys with me?
Yeah.
Now, when I click this, it's going to take the digital version of the newsletter and create a social media post out of it and send it to the Mr. Fresno's Facebook and post on a Facebook feed. And then it's going to automatically post on the Mr. Fresno Google Business Profile.
So we should be able to see that on your Facebook right now, right? Because it posted.
Well, I'm not hitting post yet. So, but yes, you will be able to. My Facebook business page, Mr. Claremont Real Estate, you see?
Mm-hmm.
Then I click Twitter. You could add images. You could, zhuzh up your posts. Save message. I could do it with Instagram. Right? Then you're done. Now, that's a beautiful addition. You just click these buttons, connect your Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and you're done.
Hey, Anthony, question.
Go.
When you do the social media post, does MailChimp track how many people are clicking within those social media posts?
You skipped to my last point. You see the last one here? I like where you're going. Okay, click edit. Now, it's all turnkey, folks. Track opens, track clicks, track everything. Auto convert video. Maybe you put a video in your newsletter. E-commerce link traffic. You could click Google Analytics. Save.
So in those little squares on the bulletin that you can add a photo, you can do like a small videos and stuff like that into it. Like,
yeah. But what we recommend is have the video drive the traffic to your Google Business Profile. It'll elevate your rankings. Have a picture of the city of Fresno and say, click this photo to access all of Fresno's community, events and, local restaurant and bar discounts. They click it and it goes to Mr. Fresno Real Estate, and they can scroll your activity feed and see all of the, whatever you want them to see. But have the video on either your website blog that's connected to your Google Business Profile, and you do that by sending it to web development and having them post for you, or just post it direct on your Google Business Profile and lead them there. Because you don't want to carry a massive video carrying all those gigs with your email, because some mailboxes might not open it, right? So just keep it simple. And then once you click all this, you hit schedule and you're done. And yes, can you go and retarget people that, are on Facebook, Instagram? But here with the think about this, when you hit someone's email, right, with all these trackings right here, when you want to do retargeting, how Google, Facebook, Instagram, they do it from their IP address and their email. And so then if you want to go on the offense with hyperlocal digital marketing, whether you're retargeting through local ads, service ads, Facebook, Instagram ads, I don't believe in that, because I'm a complete vertical integration guy, meaning I want to own and control and see everything, but a lot of members do it and they have a lot of success. Okay. You hit save. You hit schedule. Then when you're done, you must hit schedule and hit confirm schedule. You guys see that last point? And once you do that and you've confirmed the scheduling, you're done. It's just going to do its thing. If you could do this once per month, it will give you leverage to get all your billboards and reviews up in the downtown. It will give you a lot of power on a listing appointment to pre-market their home. Just take some pictures with your iPhone, drop a Google Business Profile update, take that link, insert it here, fire it off. Because when you're on a listing appointment, you want to tell them it's credible. Like, yeah, I'm the editor of the Claremont Bulletin. Oh, I think I've heard of that. Yeah, we have thousands of subscribers, and I'm going to let them know your home's coming soon. By the way, I've got a list of a few hundred families, buyers looking to buy in Claremont in this price range. The same link that I'm going to let them know is coming soon through the Claremont Bulletin, I'm going to let them know your home is coming soon through a personal text. And then when I cover online marketing, I leverage metadata. And that's what we talked about, the 5 things to say on a listing appointment. You guys remember? And if you don't, watch the last Zoom, okay? But those are 2 powerful things you can say on a listing appointment to get them to sign. Because why? You want to get the photos and get them in the Claremont Bulletin to let everyone know it's coming soon. So if Bob and Mary tell you, hey, Mr. Cypress, we're not selling until, the end of July. Great. I need at least 1 to 2 months to get you in the Cypress Bulletin and to pre-market your home to this massive list of, buyers that I have looking to buy. And I need to start building that anticipation for your home to create the bidding war. Make sense?
And so you could also then too, like for bigger videos, like let's say you did do an interview, your Google business page can only do however many seconds, but let's say you did something like I just did that interview for that local TV show. They're editing it and they're going to put it down, but I can do that through YouTube and then do the same thing with the hyperlinks to the YouTube videos and do businesses that way too. And that'd still work, right? Because it's
absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Okay. Now, what are other things you could do? Now, that same audience, okay, look at this. Pay attention. If you want to get really fancy, why don't you just dedicate an email campaign to the same audience that's getting the HomeBot updates, the Claremont Bulletin updates? Mr. Claremont, coming soon, babe. Woo! There it is. It backlinks to the website. View virtual tour. Experience the pity of luxury living in this captivating North Claremont horse property. View virtual tour here. That's impressive. The same audience that's getting HomeBot, the Claremont Bulletin, is now seeing this. Damn, Mr. Claremont's doing it. Show this to the listing appointment. This is what your home's going to look like. You with me? And it's not that hard. You create a template one time, right? So how it works. Now, I need everyone to take a big, deep breath because I'm going to show you one more trick, and we're way past our time. This is the last thing I'm going to show you. Mr. Fresno, pay attention. No texting. I see you. I need you to see this. You change your life. I'm watching you, okay? Now, you come over here, all right? So you can get familiar with all of this, okay? So if you click here and go back, right? You can click on your audiences. Now, what you have to get good at doing, see, this is what HomeBot does for you. Look here, audience, manage your audience, view contacts. Because this is where I'm going to get rid of contacts that are unsubscribed, but this is how you do it. Pay attention. MailChimp charges you for the amount of contacts you store. Okay? You click overview. Look at this. It cleaned 571 contacts, meaning no one ever opened the email, and 48 unsubscribed. Well, guess what? I'm still paying to store these contacts. See, HomeBot automatically does. So what you do is you click on clean contacts. Then you see this drop down. Then you click this, not select all. Then actions. You must click archive. That means you're removing them from your billing cycle. Archive. Confirm. Done. Go back to overview. Unsubscribed. I'm paying to store 48 unsubscribed contacts. No, I'm not. Not today, folks. Not today. Select all. Actions. Archive. Confirm. This is how you clean your audience, because I only want, the goal for me was to have 1,000 staying. I got 1,600 staying. Let's call it 1,700. Pretty close. This is huge. I have an audience of 1,700 Claremont homeowners in my GeoFarm. There's 10,000 homes. I'm focused on 5,000. And I've got, 1,500 legit Claremont homeowners religiously watching my every move. That's my focus. Now, if I want to import more data into my audience, I can. So that's where you go back to Farm Genie or Ignite and you get more email data and plug it in. Maybe I plug in another new 500 Claremont homeowner contacts. And as long as I have an authenticated domain and you're just always going back to your overview, in any one of these categories, like I do this once a month, I click on it and I click archive and I get rid of them. Does that make sense? Does anyone have questions on that? So when you're managing your own email platform, authenticated domain, and you got to just constantly monitor and clean the contacts by clicking on them like this, dropping down over here, overview. After you click overview, you click here, and you're simply collecting, well, they'd already cleared the segment, select all, and then archive. And then what your campaigns need to be is anytime you get a just listed or just sold, the Claremont, the bulletin you got to do once a month. And anytime you get a just listed, just sold, now you're balling. Because guess what? If I want to get Upland homeowner data, I could plug it in here. Right? But it all starts where? Over here with this fun dude called HomeBot. Because I have about 1,500. Now I could come back over here into HomeBot and I can call their support and say, hey, I need more. I can take the same CSV file here. Let's say out of my email audience over here, I know Mr. Claremont has 1,600 contacts. Well, guess what, everyone? If I take 4,000 of these contacts, I know 1,600 of them are already subscribed to Mr. Claremont. And then I can just come over here to MailChimp, right? So I come back here to campaigns. I'll go back here to the main. Mr. Claremont, right? I click on audience. You see this manage audience button? You see this import contacts. Mr. Cypress, are you still with us? Okay, he's gone. Mr. Fresno, he's going to have questions, and I know you're going to have to teach him or I. We're now liable, okay? Now, manage audience. We're not over that yet. Import contacts. Miss Mission Viejo, are you with me?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
is that you? Okay, good. Now, upload a file. Continue. Drag and drop. Go to minimize the screen. Okay. Now, real estate. Let's see. Do I have any CSV files? Here it is. So this is what it looked like when I got the CSV file. Just drop it here in your desktop. Go ahead and get yourself a fresh screen. And voila, those 4,000 contacts you have, Evelyn, let's say it's right here. Bam, drop them right there. That's it. And if I release, it's going to take them all and import them straight in. And it'll show all the duplicates and delete it for you. Does that make sense? Mr. Fresno, did you see that?
I did. Question. So
Go.
you already removed the ones that already were not opening that you were trying to do. But if you do that like on an older file from HomeBot, then you just brought them back over again, right?
The same exact CSV file that you sent to HomeBot to start your MailChimp audience, Mr. Claremont, right? Let's say it says Mr. Fresno. You click manage audience. You click the MailChimp home button, the monkey. Then you click the audience button. Then you click manage audience, import contacts, the same CSV file. You click upload file, continue, just drag and drop it.
Anthony, do you
Just like that.
segregate or organize your contacts, or you just put every Tom, Dick, and Harry into one file?
Every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and Sally and Sue goes into one file. You do not overthink this. And real estate marketing is a numbers game and consistency. That's it. And if they're thinking of selling, they're going to click on your call to actions or call you. Or they're going to hit you up through HomeBot. But think about it. Like the same data, this data set here, okay, the same 4,000 contacts you had. Well, me too. And when MailChimp's like, where'd you get them from? Maybe I fluff up my story. I don't know. I'll leave that up to you. Okay. Full disclosure, I cannot recommend that you do anything illegal. And if it's illegal to, upload bot contacts, I can't recommend it. Okay. So, yes, every Tom, Dick, and Harry goes into your HomeBot account, your MailChimp account, because now if you could just one time a month do what I just showed you, just one time per month, then they're getting, wow, Miss Mission Viejo, woo, man, she's on it. Let's say I own a home in Mission Viejo and I'm in Britain, like you get listing calls from, and they're getting, the HomeBot updates where you're sending them CMAs, neighborhood updates, rental value, cash out refi values. Then they're getting, wow, the Mission Viejo bulletin, a good 4-page read brought by Mission Viejo, and wow, she's on it. And now I got another email. Look, this Mission Viejo just listed, just sold, or she's inviting me to her open house. That's top of mind awareness on steroids. And for God's sake, if they're thinking of selling, who do you think they're going to call?
So how often does HomeBot send out something?
Oh, they're just going. It's like, I think it's every month or 2 weeks.
Okay. And then, so let's say you get two points of contact from HomeBot per person. And then every month, at minimum, from MailChimp because of your bulletin, and then any just sold, just listed type thing. And so that's what you're fueling your digital door knocking, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
And your Google business profile hovering over the city. And if you're in the top 3 in Google Maps internationally, that's also digital door knocking, because when they're seeking out and searching keywords, Fresno real estate agents, like you just got a guy that found you how, Mr. Fresno, tell us.
You just literally Googled Fresno real estate, said I was #1, looked at my ratings, said come sell my house. So
Well, there you go. What do homeowners care about?
Yeah.
That's digital door knocking. When someone is seeking out, that's your modern day brick and mortar hovering over the city, is being considered for the call to go on the listing appointment for the 100 keywords we focus on, and then going on the offense and sending them CMAs digitally, sending them the Fresno Bulletin digitally, and sending them just listed, just sold, inviting them to an open house or any Mr. Fresno event you're doing. You're having a birthday party and you're closing down the bar for the Mr. Fresno shots, invite the whole city out. Do it. Who cares?
Oh, heck yeah. I did. And that's the next one we're going to do. The business owner loved it and he wants to do a Mr. Fresno event.
Well, this is how you do it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I guarantee you, Mr. Fresno, just like Miss Mission Viejo, maybe a lot of them kind of had the guts to blitz the city with the data. And then they figured out, ooh, it's not letting me do it because it's against some sort of rule or law. Okay, fine. You're either going to maneuver or you're not. You with me? Like I leave the decision up to you. I'm just showing you how to do it, right? Whether you pull the trigger or not, it's powerful. And if they don't like you, they're just going to unsubscribe. It's not rocket science, right?
Right.
What, you think
Well,
the
I know
FBI is
they're
going to come
definitely
knock?
doing it to us, right? I mean, shoot, I got so many friggin' lenders and people sending me stuff and SEO people, it's crazy.
Okay, Miss Mission Viejo, Mr. Fresno, have you ever heard of, I don't know, the FBI knocking on someone's door because of a spam email?
Not yet.
I think they're going to target ET though.
You might target Miss Mission Viejo because she's doing it. She's got the car wrap and maybe some jealous undercover cop in Mission Viejo that's, getting their license and like, I'm going to get her. I don't know. And if they do, just put your hands up and say, what? So sorry, unsubscribe. It's over, right? I mean, come on.
I'll blame Jeff.
It's no different because, it's like, I can go into all sorts of stories, but this is digital door knocking. It's not that hard. You just got to see it through once. This is the tech stack. You know that you now see the tech stack. You know how to get the data. You know how to throw it in there, and you know what to do. You guys with me?
Yeah.
Now, some members, I do have, a guy, a Google business product expert. He can manage this whole operation for you. He charges $150 a month only for a small select group of DLE members. He normally charges $1,500 a month. But, he's down to help out some of you. But I just recommend doing it yourself. And if you can't and you don't have the time, I get it. Just ask yourself, can I stay consistent? And if the answer is no, then don't do it.
Well, and that's what I offer too. And I know he's not on here anymore. But if anybody wants, at least till you get used to it, if somebody wants to do with me a monthly where we say on this day, this is where we're going to go over, the end of the month. We're going to pick this the last Wednesday of the month, and they can just log on and then we can do it together just to be accountable. And then we can share any kind of, wins or losses or questions we had on it. And we can mine, something that's just like for accountability reasons. And then we can get it all done. And then we can go over the notes in case anybody missed anything like, hey, don't overthink it. Do it Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 a.m. Those little notes. If anybody wants to do that, we can put together a list. I'll volunteer to do that.
Yeah, I mean, all of us should be sending it out once per month. And I recommend you fire off, a couple Fresno bulletins because you got 3 populated newsletters right there, right? And then Service for Life platform offers all sorts of other stuff, but just don't get lost in the sauce and keep it simple. That's it.
And I think it was like a $300 savings if you bought the year. So I just look at it this way. You can't do things once or twice, so I might as well buy the year and really focus in.
Oh, yeah, you got to hit it hard for a year to see, results and things you want, right? But it's a no-brainer when it comes to capturing and controlling your audience, because if you don't do this, Mr. Fresno, Miss Mission Viejo, I guarantee you there's multiple other agents in your geo farm that are probably already doing it right now. And you got to be the first one to get in front of them with the CMAs and your bulletin and just capture that audience. Because when post-July comes, the post-July NAR and the lights get turned out, the only clear path to survival is geofarming. What I've been preaching to you guys for years. It's literally the only way to practice real estate. because the majority of your spheres and referrals are buyers. And if you do get a listing lead from a sphere that's not in your city that you really can dominate, be prepared to get interviewed, to go up against multiple agents. And you gotta go on hard and fast, right? So I am telling you, be the first to collect video reviews. Do it with the businesses. We just brainstormed a genius idea, the Google business profile links, just drop them in there. Become a lifestyle brand. That's what the homeowners want. It's what the city wants. That's what Google wants. A local guide. Become the local guide. Be Miss Mission Viejo. Rock it. Own it. Love it. You could go out today and get 20 reviews from local business. If you tell a local business, I'm here to interview you, and tell my massive Mission Viejo audience for free all about your business and offer some sort of coupon, and you leave them a 5-star video review as Miss Mission Viejo, the local influencer, you collect a 5-star video review and you drop the then you say, as long as my We Heart Miss Mission Viejo sign is here, I will be slamming your business to my online audience every single month in the Mission Viejo Bulletin, religiously, day in, day out. You never owe me a dime. And if the sign comes down because someone wanted to take it as a souvenir, just let me know and I'll restake another one. That sound good? Do you guys see how all of it ties together?
You could even use your short code and put on that sign, "We love Mr. Fresno," text your email address to 888 Fresno 8800, whatever it was. I can't remember my short code right now. And then to receive coupons in the monthly bulletin. And then
Exactly.
Yeah.
We Heart Mr. Fresno, and at the very bottom of your sign, text Fresno 1 to 88,000 for instant access to all of the, Fresno, coupons, community calendar, whatever. And get a free Mr. Fresno shot on me. Subscribe. Woo! Whatever. You could use that, text Fresno 1 to 88,000, you're right, because they drive by and they see it, they'll text the short code. They see Mr. Fresno, they'll Google it, they'll see who you are. And if they want to subscribe, they'll text it and then figure out what they want. Get a conversation going about real estate. That's what your job is. Shit, put your text, your short code. Put that as a call to action in the bulletin. Say, text Fresno 1 to 88,000 for a cash offer on your home. Text Fresno 1 to 88,000 for a free, no obligation, 20-minute coaching consultation so you can understand the value of your home. You with me?
Anthony,
Go.
I think these are all really powerful tools. But I guess my question is, if you do get a listing outside of your surrogate city, right? How do we spin the dialogue to capitalize all these tools to benefit the sellers, since it's outside of the surrogate city?
Yeah, so what I do is you basically have to do what you've been doing your whole career. Just sell yourself. If it's a neighboring city, like for example, let's say it's in Upland, I just tell them, because you can do that, Evelyn. You could get a little bit of data from all the surrounding cities and say, hey, look, this is what I would say. Let's say I'm in Upland, right? I still going hot, Mr. Claremont with EXP. Hey, why do you want to list with me? I'd first start off with, I have a massive, online audience. I'm one of the, co-founders and editors of the real estate section for the Claremont Bulletin. Sounds familiar. You might confuse it with the LA Bulletin, whatever. And, we have a huge, Foothill community audience here, thousands of local homeowners that are subscribed to, my newsletter that want to know about upcoming listings because they have a lot of friends and family members. They want to live next to them. And on average, I've been selling here for the last, 17 years. And I would say it's, it ranges from about 25 to 40% of the buyer pool. It's actually pretty large. The other buyer pool comes from this list of all of these buyers who subscribe to Mr. Claremont looking to buy in Claremont, Laverne, Upland, and Rancho. I'll list 4 cities. So I have a pre-populated list of a few hundred, buyers ready to go. And I'm also, then when you go in, when I drop the listing package, I'm an expert at online marketing. So, it's one of the highest honors of my career being selected by DLE because I have access to proprietary metadata infusion software that basically allows me to teach Google and online search engines how to read. So for example, most real estate agents will launch online pictures of your home and a property description, but we have a special software that allows us to do a property description for every photo, and it's called metadata, and we inject it all in there. So when a buyer searches a keyword like homes for sale in Upland, right? We insert metadata as Upland home for sale. We put in, all the details of your home and describe the picture, because Google and online search engines cannot read picture or video content, and without metadata, they can't read. So we take the time, and we're the only firm in the world with EXP with this tech, okay, to be able to teach online search engines to keep your listing relevant and always rise to the top of every search engine and every social network to draw more views to your home, which equates to more phone calls to me. So I'm allowed to drive more buyer traffic to your home with our online marketing plan versus any real estate agent on earth. Then you pause. So I just said 3 powerful things. Do you see how I just said that? You can rewatch this recording. You say those 3 things, they're pretty blown away. When I drop the listing package and I say, hey, look, Bob, Mary, I'm glad we're here interviewing each other to be sure we're a good fit. I offer, 100% withdrawal performance-based guarantee. I'm just here to learn a little bit more about you. And you bookmark it with the metal business card and you open that up, right? I'll still drop a Claremont bulletin and show them all these Claremont homes sold. Doesn't matter, right? And then I'll say, look, I'm here to learn about you. Actually care about them. Pull out a notepad, walk the home, build rapport with them, and write down everything they know about the home and interview them. Take notes on them. Because if they're asking questions about you and you're asking questions about them and you build some rapport, you're talking about whatever you have in common with. Then when it comes to, signing the contract, say, Bob, Mary, I really feel like we're a good fit for each other, and just look at them. And if you have better rapport with the husband or wife, figure out who the decision maker is and just say, I feel we're a great fit for each other. Are you comfortable allowing me to be your realtor? And then put your hand out like this and look them in the eye. And they're going to have no choice but to shake your hand because they don't want to experience an awkward moment. And they're going to say yes. And then they're going to look at the wife and then say, boom, I'm so humbled and honored you decided to place your confidence and trust in me. Then if you do what I told you and you have the listing contract on your iPad and you slide it on there and say, look, I want to start pre-marketing your home to all the subscribers of my magazine. I might not call it the Claremont Bulletin. I'll say my magazine. And all of my buyers subscribe to my website. And then I want to start the pre-marketing plan so I can create a bidding war on your home. And this is all 100% performance-based. And I need a couple of weeks to really get organized and get the ball rolling here. Because when we, start our pre-marketing plan and market your home to all the local homeowners here, right? And we market it to our online audience of buyers, and we do the professional photo shoot, it takes us about, 72 hours to properly inject all the metadata. And so when we market your home, there's not one buyer on earth that's not going to know about your home that is interested that I'm not going to not have a conversation with, because we have every angle covered. And we have access to exclusive buyers and tech no one else in the world has. And when you leave the home buyer seller guide, the listing package, the metal business card, and you're giving them an iPad to sign on, looks fancy, it's better than pen and paper, and it's not as intimidating, they're going to sign. What is Mr. Claremont? Oh, that's a great question. It's one of the highest honors of my career. I was selected by the DLE as a, Claremont real estate wealth management expert specializing in Upland, Claremont, and Rancho. And I have access to exclusive tech and buyers no one else in the world has. And I'm held to a higher standard, hence the withdrawal guarantee. And I'm all performance based. Meaning, if you sign a listing contract with the realtor and they don't push a withdrawal guarantee, that means if they sell your home for the price that you list with, you owe them the commission whether you close escrow or not. And if agents do not give that to you up front, it's unethical. I'm held to a higher standard. You like that? Does that click for you?
Yes, that's really good.
I've had a lot of people do, because I've sold in Kingsburg, which is about 45 minutes away, Sanger, which is about 35 minutes, Madera, all over the place. And some of them are like, Madera's a different county than Fresno County. So a lot of times when I tell people, hey, well, your city's in my county, I'm Fresno, right? But when it's outside, I asked them that, and I said, I get a lot of relocation, people wanting to move from different areas to the other areas, and they contact me because geographically I'm known for this. And then I show them, like Anthony told us, I said, Google Fresno real estate. When I'm up on the top, or Fresno realtor, I get those informations. And then, I'm sure you've done it, Ellen. I've helped people, buy in Arizona and stuff like that by doing referrals as well. So Arizona and Texas.
Exactly. All right. So, team, we went way over again. This was like almost a 2-hour session. This has been recorded. I feel like we've answered a lot of questions. Does anyone have any last second questions?
Well, if anyone wants to join, I'll put my phone number in there. And
I'll do this one with you. Look, George, I didn't finish my June Claremont bulletin. Put something on the books and we'll all do it together, and I'll join that group.
Okay. I'll put that in there. So my cell phone's there. If everybody just wants to text me their email address, I'll put us in an email together to send the links. We can do it.
George, you can count me in.
Sweet.
You got my email, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Count me in, George.
You text me your email because I don't know who said that. We'll probably want to do it. So if we want to do it by June 1st, we're going to need to do it next week, probably on the 29th. If you guys
Yeah, I'm down to do it on the 20th. Team, I got to run. I got to make some calls. Great seeing you. Excellent session today.
Cool.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Bye. Thanks, Anthony.
Bye.